All right, so I've got Bob here. He is going to instruct us and show us how a Model T drives. How long have you been doing this for?
I have been doing this for several years now, doing Model T instruction.
Wow, that is so
It's
cool.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So to start it, just like an A, we have spark advance on the left and throttle on the right. The only difference is there's no throttle on the floor for a T, it's only up here on the right. So to start, we're going to move the throttle, the spark advance all the way up to retard the timing. I have the parking brake on. We turn the key on to the battery position. You can hear the coils buzz.
Yeah, I can.
And now I'm going to hit the starter with my heel. And then once it starts, we give it some advance and you can hear the engine smooth out.
Yeah.
And then we're ready to go.
Okay.
Now, to go here, I have the parking brake on. This lever right here is a parking brake. I'm going to move that parking brake about halfway forward, and you can see the car starting to roll a little bit.
Starting to roll. Woo.
We're running downhill here.
Okay.
What that does is release the parking brake, but still holds it in neutral. Now to go, once foot traffic's out of the way here, I'm going to release the brake. I'm going to push down on the left pedal. By pushing it down, I'm engaging a band on the transmission for low gear.
Wow.
And we got some traffic coming here, so stop for a second.
So it has a typical brake, right,
Yes,
where you push on
right.
your foot on
and
the
that
right.
brake acts on the transmission shaft, right on the end output of the transmission. So it stops the drive shaft, not necessarily the wheel. So if you had one wheel on a slippery surface, it would get real exciting, real fast.
Oh, wow.
So they also call that the hope pedal.
The hope pedal? Wow.
So now we're clear here, so I'm going to push down on my left pedal. And then we're chugging along here in high gear. Now I'm going to get up a little speed.
Okay.
And I'm going to take this lever here, my parking brake lever, all the way forward, which will allow me to go into high gear.
Wow.
Let the pedal all the way up, and now we're chugging along in high gear here. And I just control my speed with the throttle.
Wow. So you don't actually press anything on the ground like
Your feet are completely off the pedals.
Wow.
You're moving
And it's
along in
only
high
with the
gear.
hands.
Warming up to the stop sign.
Yeah.
You just push this pedal halfway down, put it in neutral, and use the brake, you can stop. See, now I'm holding that left pedal
Wow.
in neutral, kind of halfway down. To go back into low gear, I push it down, now we're back in low, and we'll make the shift back into high.
Wow. This is awesome.
Now we're running out to Grandma's house in high gear.
It's definitely different from the A, that's for sure.
It's very different. They would advertise it, there's no gears to grind because it's all a planetary gear transmission. So it's impossible to grind gears. So it made it a little easier to drive.
Yeah, that is for sure.
It's just different. My manual wipers on in the way here. When we're coming into traffic, I just grab that lever and I can pull that right back to the middle position. That automatically puts me in neutral.
Oh, wow.
So now to go back to the low gear, we just push down on the left pedal. Now we're moving along in low gear. Here a little bit, I'll show you how reverse works.
Okay. Just got to get through the obstacles.
Yes, we have our obstacle course here. All these humans gawking at these fine cars here.
Yeah.
something you see every day.
Yeah, that's for sure. How fast will these go if you were to put it at full speed?
Full speed might be 40 miles an hour, maybe 45 with a tailwind.
Wow, that's not too shabby.
Now for reverse, I'm going to push on my left pedal here, or middle pedal,
Hopefully I'm not in your way.
and it's going to back us up. Again. The real early tees didn't have a reverse pedal. They had a second lever up next to the parking brake.
Wow.
So those were a little bit of a problem. So you needed 3 hands. One hand on the wheel, one hand on the throttle, and your third hand would have to be on the reverse lever.
Oh, wow. You definitely need 3 arms somehow.
Well, you can usually dispense with the throttle to set it somewhere. That didn't last long. They quickly changed over to this 3-pedal system that we see here. They made that from 08 up to 27. And this happens to be a 1924 model.
Wow. So where do you, you told me you have classes that you do. Where do you do that at?
Yes, let me take you down there and show you where we do that. Hope you can edit that out.
There's Paul Shinn! Oh my God, it's Paul Shinn! This place is just so amazing.
It is a very special place. Hi guys.
Now, does that big giant 2-story bus ever run, that red one?
It used to. It's got some issues now. We haven't used that for a while.
Oh, bummer.
One time when it was, it came from London. Don Gilmore had purchased that bus.
Wow. It's really interesting looking.
And now I can take my foot off that left pedal since the parking brake lever was halfway back. We'll just coast along. And we can take a stop here. Here's our driving school for Model Ts. Let's just take a look inside. So this is a nice 1910 brass era Model T. And you can see it's got the little wings on the Ford emblem. That means it was made in Paquette Avenue. That's in Detroit where they initially station built the Model Ts.
Wow.
And you can see it's got the, since it's 1910, pre-electric start, so it's got acetylene lights.
Wow. What does that mean, settling
The
lights?
acetylene gas. You have calcium carbide in an acetylene generator and water in the top. The water drips on the calcium carbide to create acetylene gas. Or you could get a cylinder, a Prestolite cylinder, which you could get refilled with acetylene. So you'd have to turn the acetylene on, open this up, strike a match, and light the lights.
Oh my gosh, that's
Now you can see on
amazing.
the side here, there is a brass canister, and that would be your acetylene generator.
Wow.
The Model T's got the electric starters as an option in 19. Prior to that, they're all hand cranked.
Wow. So 1919 it got it?
Yes.
Wow. These things are just so beautiful.
Yeah, the brass is stunning, and the nice red color.
Oh yeah,
What
really.
do you know about Model T's? Isn't I thought it was any color as long as you wanted, as long as it was black.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Well, the early cars were a number of different colors.
Uh-huh.
They didn't standardize on all black until they moved to Highland Park assembly plant, which used an assembly line. So then, to speed up production, lower the cost, they went with all black.
Wow. And
And
then,
behind you here is a snowmobile.
That
This
is
is where the
cool.
term snowmobile came from. A T converted into a snowmobile.
wow.
And this is a kit that a Ford dealer came up with, so people would keep driving their cars in the winter. You know, doctors would use them, postal delivery people. People had to get out in the winter time.
Wow. That is just the
Back
coolest.
then, they didn't really plow the roads real well, or at all, so people put their cars away in the winter time.
Wow.
So this has them get out and keep driving, keep sales going.
Yeah. That is just the coolest. When do you think the last time this was used for that? Probably a long time ago,
Well,
huh?
last winter, we had this out giving rides during our winter motoring event, if there's enough
Oh
snow.
my gosh, that's amazing. Like, how much snow would it take for it to be able to work properly?
3-4 inches.
Wow. And how many inches actually happen here?
It depends. Last winter we didn't have very much snow, but we can get some significant snowfalls. And this is, again, like we said, dated earlier, this is where we have our driving school. You see the chair set up here. We've got a Model T engine here, cutaway.
Wow.
You can see how that works. You can see how the transmission works.
Okay, the chairs make sense now. I saw the
Right.
chairs and I was like, okay, I get it now. Wow.
So this is the low gear pedal, low, high, neutral. When you push that down, tightens up a band on the transmission on the planetary gears to go forward. This is a reverse pedal. You push that in, tightens up the front band to go in reverse, and then this is the brake, which tightens up the rear band to stop the car, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. God willing, right?
Right, right. So it's a very simple system, and modern automatic transmissions use planetary gear transmissions. That's how they work. And now you're using a computer to control the bands when they switch. So this is a precursor to that.
So now if somebody wanted to take this class, what would they need to do?
You need to go on online, gilmorecarmuseum.org, and they can sign up.
Wow, and how much does it cost to
It
do
is
this?
$99.
And it
It's
goes-
a half-a-day class.
Wow,
You can sign up for a morning session or an afternoon session.
cool. And I'm gonna guess all the money goes to building and restoring and all
Restoring the
these different
cars
things.
goes
huh?
to education. The mission of the museum is learning American history through the automobile.
Wow,
And we have a lot of school groups that come through. And we also have a program called Gilmore Garage Works, which is for any high school age student in the area can come in, learn to work on old cars.
wow. I did not
And
know
it's
you
all
had
supported
that.
through donations.
That is so cool.
It's a lot of fun. Kids have a great time with that.
Thank you, Bob, so much.
You're very
You are
welcome.
doing such an amazing job for our history and for our future.
Oh, this is a blast.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Look at that. Zach's actually driving now. Nice.
Go up to